So this is one thing that we're really going to be doing a lot of in this class. And I really want to go over it because it's extremely important that you kind of know where we're coming from when we have this inequality notation. This is going to be important to you throughout anytime you're taking any sort of mathematics or anything that is written in this kind of shorthand. So this is interval notation. Interval notation, one of the problems with mathematics is that interval notation looks a lot like an ordered pair that we might see on the Cartesian coordinate graph. It's not. So we're saying, this is saying from the interval from A to positive infinity, not including A and not including positive infinity, because you can't really ever get there. So it just simply means that x is greater than a. Okay, I can't see that anymore. I'll erase all that. X is greater than a. Those are the words. And this is what it looks like on the graph if I were going to graph it. So notice I keep that parenthesis right there. And it just goes on forever. And this doesn't show. It's actually, you would kind of color this in a little bit. Oops. Not poorly, actually kind of. So let's look at the next one, this bracket. So look at the difference between this one and this one. And then look at the difference here. Remember that line means or equal to. So this means x is greater than or equal to a. So this means it's from, the interval says it can be anywhere from a to infinity, including a. So we just change that to a square bracket. Then we can go the other direction. Negative infinity to b, not including b, means x is strictly less than b. And sometimes you'll hear me say that, strictly, just to clarify what it really is. So then this would just be colored in below b. And then less than or equal to. You'll notice when I'm talking about infinity or negative infinity, it is always a parenthesis, because infinity or negative infinity is more of a theoretical value that can't really be reached. So then we can have other things. So we can have x is between a and b, but not including a and b. So x falls on the interval a to b. And it looks like this when you draw it out. You might color in the middle there. And this next one, we include b, but not a. So we can do that too. So it's between a and b, but we can include b. Here, we can include a. And then finally, on the bottom, x is between a and b inclusive. So you'll see that word sometimes, inclusive. That means x is between b and b, a and b, including a or b. So, and we draw brackets on both of those that way. So let's look